What's up, guys? Going direct. I'm Jeff with
Scotty P here.
Gosh, Scotty P just has a much better ring than Jeff. I still got to figure something out.
We got to, man.
Jeffrey H sounded silly. Jazzy Jeff, no takers.
No.
Well, at some point in time, we'll come up with a...
Again, I keep telling people to make comments, man. I'll call you whatever the people want. Like, that's what we should do.
This is dangerous.
It's about the people.
It's a contest.
We deliver to the people.
But we came up with the Hofer hot seat last week, so that was productive.
I came up with that.
You did come up with that.
He did not on that one.
Okay, I will give you credit. So,
I'll tell you what I am right now. I'm exhausted, bro. I'm tired and I'm worn out. You can see it in my face. You know why? Because we finally had product coming out. And I'm excited. It's a busy week. Busy week. Contenders, that's always a huge launch. Going all the way back to when I first started here, that was one of the first products I ever got to work on. Was
Contenders Football?
In Brady's rookie year. So I can tell you, I can look at the camera and tell you that I will almost 99.9% guarantee every Tom Brady signed Contenders rookie card went through my fingers.
No kidding?
Because I had to count. I had to QC them all and look at them all, yeah.
It's got a little Scott Prussia DNA left on it.
A little bit. There's probably some fingerprints on there. Well, probably not, because at the time, nobody cared about him, and he was just an extra throw into the product. So it was like, Urlacher, ooh, take care of Urlacher, ooh, you know, those kind of guys. But Brady was like, throw him in.
What is it like? Do you ever think about like how many cards you've handled, or at least had something to do with, that are now $1 million card?
Nah.
Never?
Nah, I don't. Because it's all about you. It's all about the collector. It's not about me. It's just my job, man.
That's a good point. Yeah, I like that take.
But Contenders, booyah.
Speaking of Contenders.
Loves Contenders.
They do. Certainly football collectors.
All kid collectors like it, you know?
I think so, too. I like Contenders football.
Don't judge just football. Like, just don't judge football. Don't just all collectors.
So, speaking of Contenders Football, we have a special guest on this episode. We have Thomas Barchi from the football department. He's a brand manager. He's going to actually talk about Contenders because that's his baby. He was the guy behind Contenders this year.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
And he's going to sit right here
in
what we call is the Hofer hot seat. Yeah. Like I said, it's still warm. I think he did a few other things in the seat, but that's to make it warm, but that's okay. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I love Thomas. Shout out to Thomas.
Shout out Thomas.
I mean, he's a New York guy, but
he's a Giants fan.
I know, and nobody's perfect.
Do we want to go over all the releases we had this week?
I mean,
there's a lot.
A lot. You got Contenders, and then we had
Prism Premier League Soccer. What, as I like to say, your favorite soccer players are in that.
Favorite player guys in there. Soccer player.
Favorite sports guys.
Yeah. I don't know what else came out because he's the one that's got this perfect printed out sheet, and all I do is pull right from this bad boy right here.
Well, we also did limited First Off the Line, which is an awesome product. We might be opening some of that hobby up later. And then Origins Basketball. Origins is also, that's some of the best artwork at Panini. And Playbook Football, which is Tracy Hackler's favorite product.
Yep.
That is the Playbook Football claim to fame, is that it is Tracy Hackler's. If you ask Tracy Hackler what his favorite product is, he's going to say what?
He's going to say Playbook. Because that's what you just said. I had no idea.
I was trying to set you up there. Okay, so next week we have a couple of big ones too. We have limited football coming out tentatively on Wednesday. That could move, but as of right now, Wednesday. And then I'm really excited about this one. Prism UFC, First Off the Line, is supposed to come out Tuesday. And I am wildly excited about Prism UFC. If you haven't seen this video we did about Prism UFC, you should watch it.
Yeah, I can't wait to open that product and tap out, as they would say.
So yeah, it's still some big releases next week. So we have our interview coming up with Thomas.
The Hofer Hot Seat with Thomas. And after that, we're not just going to open one. We're going to open two because they're nice, easy ribs. But I can tell you that before we walked in this door, we did this on the fly. Like, this just happened. Like, they dropped off limited.
This just came
literally
just in, as they say.
So we changed up the entire show like seconds before we turned the camera.
This is an improvised agenda.
Yeah. So just so we could squeeze limited in.
And I just want to open a box with Luke on the cover. So Origins is here.
So let's do it, man.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna turn it over to you now.
I'm gonna turn it over to
the Hofer
Thomas.
Hot Seat.
All right. Hey, what's up, guys? I am here, as we mentioned, with Thomas Barchi. He's one of our brand managers from the football side of things. And how long have you been with Panini?
Almost 10 years coming up, so.
Wow. What do you remember the first product you worked on when you were here?
I want to say it was National Treasures. They threw me right into the gauntlet.
Oh my gosh, what a product to start on.
Yeah, that was a beast itself.
I can only imagine what all goes into NT. It's such an interesting, like, dynamic product. You guys need to take me out to the printers at some point in time.
I think we can
Show
definitely
me NT getting packed out. I would love to see that.
It's a whole scene.
I can only imagine. So, you work in football. What all brands do you work on?
We change it up every year. So really we knock out anywhere from 10 to 14 different brands amongst the multiple brand managers that we have, and we try to change it up every year. That way you got, fresh new look into each program, and who can come up with the next new thing in each program coming up. So I think some of my favorites obviously have been stuff like NT and even the beginning of XR, just how that one kind of took off. There's always kind of different little things to each program that you kind of get excited about. And then Contenders is another one that I feel like I always get excited just because of the depth of the roster that you go into with all the new rookies coming in, and then we even getting in some vets in there that haven't had a card.
Yeah. Well, so he kind of beat me to it, but Thomas is in charge of Contenders Football, which we all know and love. Certainly the football collectors out there know and love. Talk to me about, first off, are you a collector yourself?
I am. I actually grew up being a hockey collector, and I dove real big into collecting New York Rangers stuff and
You're from the East Coast.
Yep. I also became a big Peter Bondra collector, so that's a rarity out there. But outside of that, I'm a big Giants fan, so I collect any Giants that I can get my hands on. And then, outside of that, I really got into Formula One stuff not too long ago.
No kidding. Very cool. So, do you have like a prized possession in your collection?
Man, I think I've got a PSA 10 Bondra Young Guns that I have up on the shelf and everything.
Whoa.
It's not a huge card, but to me, it's probably one of the biggest cards for him that I could possibly have in my collection. So I thoroughly enjoy that one.
That's super cool. So, you are overseeing Contenders. What is it like to be the manager of like one of our biggest properties?
It's a task in itself. Like I said, just trying to make sure that you're hitting every single rookie that's coming into the new year, and then again trying to find some vets out there that might not have had a card yet, and you'll see that they're starting to take some notice into them in that season, and then before you know it, they've made a career for themselves already in year one. So it's always trying to get those new guys in there, and then kind of building the program, with the short prints and everything that we have in there. It's always just trying to add that new little element to the program. That's always fun.
I know, and I'm getting kind of an insider's look, but it's wild, and I don't know that all collectors appreciate what all goes into building a release. It's a big deal, and you think about everything that's in there, nothing is random. It's all of course the packs come out random, but all the different insert sets and everything, it's not just pooled together one day. This is all how long do you spend on a release prior to it getting released?
I mean, we can take a week or two to actually be building the program.
Okay.
It's a lot of number crunching, and amongst all the different retail SKUs that we have out there, and then you have a hobby and FOTL stuff like
Right.
that. So it's a huge program in itself, and it's a lot of numbers and all kinds of different parallels and everything to it. So it's a big one.
Well, I want to open a box of Contenders with you here. We just got these in. They came out this week, so I'm excited to open this. So let me ask you, how did Contenders become like the staple for football? Was it?
It's just the rookie tickets.
It is the rookie tickets, okay.
When you see the Peyton Mannings, back in the day that are iconic, you have the Bradys and everything, you
Right.
know, that people just gravitate towards. And I think year after year, they're all just looking for that, the next best QB, the next best thing that's coming out, and you have Jamar Chase that's kind of changing up the whole game now, being that top wide receiver that's,
Right.
taking rookie of the year, and it's make you second guess about just going after quarterbacks. There's some other guys in there that are worthwhile.
So I would love to talk about that. So what do you think? Because obviously quarterbacks are far and away more collected than other position players. Do you see that changing? Like, I'm starting to see a little shift, because I remember when I started collecting in the 80s, like running backs were as big a deal as anything. Certainly like Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith, Thurman Thomas, like these guys were huge and highly collectible. And then at some point in time, it evolved into everything just really being focused on the quarterbacks. Like, I would love to see position players and even defensemen be more heavily collected. What is your thought on that?
I mean, I think you're starting to see a little bit of a change in that. I mean, even a couple of years ago when we had Quentin Nelson, who's an offensive lineman, you saw the value of his cards come out. And I mean, you do know that there's a little bit of a cult following for some of these players. I mean,
Right.
You see like a Cooper Kupp and how he blew up this year, and
Yeah.
people scrambling to go back and pick up his cards because there's going to be added value to that. So even another one that's in this program, Evan McPherson, who was a kicker for the Bengals, who had a great year, and he ended up having that kind of cult following throughout the playoffs.
One of the few kickers I've seen have get some notice on the hobby scene, which is great. I got this cool Jalen Hurts Contenders MVP out of 99. Anything you can tell me about that?
With that, that's your one parallel that you get in a box, and so it's a nice little rarity. There's not a lot of high numbers to the parallels in the program, but then when you're flipping through, you kind of get a little Trey Sermon Rookie of the Year Contenders there, and then alongside that, hit a nice little Daz Newsome championship ticket.
Now, is it one parallel per pack or one parallel per box?
It's one parallel per box, and
it
you
is,
get
okay.
18 inserts in a box, so
Got
it's an
it.
insert per pack at least.
And 5 autographs per box. Like, that always blows me away.
Yep, we always make sure that we guarantee at least one on-card auto in Contenders, along with the rest of the 5 autos in the program. So it's always one that, I always say hold on to all the autos you can, because you never know if there's one that's a short print, or one of somebody that just will end up blowing up a couple of years down the road.
So I got this is a Rookie of the Year contender, Trevor Lawrence. What do you think about Trevor Lawrence? Is he gonna?
I think with the new coach in there, you got Peterson coming in, and I think he's really gonna take the reins there and kind of put a real good mold around Trevor Lawrence. Obviously, you're gonna build around that guy, so
Yeah.
it'll be very curious to see who they go with in the draft this year. If they go defense, or if they end up going with a little bit of a offensive line, just to kind of protect him there. So I think he's gonna be huge.
I think in terms of growth, I hate to say he needed a season like that, but I think it just kind of was an injection of reality into his career. Like, hey, you aren't going to just steamroll people in the pros like you did in college. Like, this is an entirely different level, obviously a different level of competition, but you're gonna have to evolve yourself, you know?
It's very true, and I mean, you look back even at Peyton Manning in his first year, and it wasn't anything great, you know.
Right.
So there's growing pains in that first year, and I think, you know, they get their feet, you know, settled a little bit, and then they're kind of able to roll into that second year with a little bit more confidence, knowing, you know, they're done with that freshman year stuff. So I think it'll be definitely an improvement for him going forward.
Is he a good buy right now, since his cards, you know, they dipped a bit from, it came out of the gates really hot. Like, he was the guy everybody was trying to. Sorry, I had to show Scary Terry because I got to meet him at the Super Bowl. Did you meet him when he was at our booth? Oh man, the coolest dude. He's a really nice guy.
Nice little Gladiators and Nick Chubb.
But so yeah, oh cool, rookie ticket. There we go. Kylan Granson.
I think you should see more of him going forward now that Jack Doyle ended up retiring. So see who they get in for quarterback there, if they end up sticking with Sam Ellinger or bringing in somebody.
The rookie ticket is such a classic design. So I wanted to ask you, I noticed there's like, this is sticker auto, but I noticed there is like a gradient under it. So a lot of people are thinking some of the cards that are hard signed on card autos are sticker autos. Like, no, that's actually on card.
It was a design element that they ended up putting in there, and it was just kind of dress up the stickers, you know, a little bit. But
Sure.
even then, when you get to the on-card
This is
auto,
obviously a sticker, so I don't want to confuse
I think
people
you
there.
definitely tell when you have a card in hand whether it's, you know, sticker or on card there.
It's only in pictures that I think people are confused, because I posted a preview on the blog, and I'm like, some of these look like they're stickers, but these are on card autos. And I was so happy to see that we got a lot of the rookie tickets as on card autos. I think that's a really big deal.
No, we have a big, you know, process when it goes throughout the year. We have the rookie photo shoot where we get a lot of the images for a lot of the skill guys going into the new year, and then, you know, we kind of circle back with them later on and have them all sign the on-card stuff. And it's a task itself, but I think, you know, you get to meet the players and kind of get an idea of how their season, you know, ended up unfolding, and, you know, kind of get some little insight of how, you know, they had to go through the whole process and their growing pains. So it's a good time.
Who have been some of your favorite players to spend time with?
I spent a good deal with Rashad Bateman at this closeout, and I mean, very, very nice guy. I mean, couldn't be more impressed by somebody like that.
What's up with the power insert? That is super cool looking.
Yeah, the power players, I mean, it really took off. I mean, I love the design of it when we pitched that, and they nailed it up, you know, knocked it out of the park, and just kind of getting the more iconic, just the big guys that, you know, just steamroll through and just kind of show their dominance throughout the gridiron.
I love it. That's a great design. Anything that's comic booky and sports has my heart. I'm a big Kaboom guy, so.
Derrick Henry action there. He should have been MVP before he got hurt there, so.
Oh, man. So, what is there any insight we can give to the set? Like, what would surprise some collectors to know about 2021 Contenders? Cooper Kupp, speak of the devil.
Oh, very nice. I would say probably just holding on to most of the autographs that you end up coming across until, you know, we do release a short print list. Oh, look at you over there.
Whoa!
I'd say that's a good one.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's super cool. We got, out of 10, Zach Wilson rookie ticket. So which parallel is this?
So that is the clear ticket, and that's actually also the variation, which you can tell on the back of the card. We have a little V with a little football around it to kind of give you that it's a variation compared to the standard one.
Man, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it is a great looking card.
And so, okay, this is a good example. This is on card auto. I don't know if you can tell. It's very obvious in hand, but you look at it and you might think, oh, that's sticker auto, but it is not. This is hard signed. That's a beautiful card.
Huge card. Have to give that away to some people.
Yeah, we'll figure out a way to get that back out.
I'm hitting another first rounder over here with Eric Stokes of the Green Bay Packers. Nice little playoff ticket of him there. But yeah, I would just say, if a little inside knowledge, just always hold on to your rookie tickets there until we release that Contender short print, because you never know which one's a SP or not.
Oh,
there.
really?
Yeah,
Tell me about that, because I'm not familiar with it. So we release a list?
Yes, we will release a list every year as to, shortly after we come out with Contenders, as to what the short prints are and the super short prints. All the short prints are usually 250 or less as to their print run, and then the super short prints will be anything that's 100 or less. So
okay.
I think that's definitely something to always kind of hold on to, keep a lookout for
that.
until, don't go throwing it up there and then regretting it later.
Yeah, exactly. You find out there are only 100 of them made. So this is a really cool insert set. Supernatural, another Zach Wilson. Got kind of a Zach Wilson hot box here.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite inserts that we came out with this year. I just love the look of it. So,
is that brand new? I don't remember Supernatural. Yes, that's beautiful.
Supernatural is a new one.
So who, are there certain people on the team that you're like, we got to go to Thomas's designs, like he's going to come up with something great for an insert for this set? Or how does that process work?
So a lot of times we'll end up having kind of like a little whiteboard with amongst our product development team there, and then we'll kind of end up having a design brief with that group, and then we'll give them kind of an idea of how we want the cards to look, what kind of theme we're looking for, and let them run with that. And when you kind of let them just kind of have free, reign with it, then they come out with nice inserts like that, and along with like the power players and stuff like that. So
awesome, I love it. And you don't have to name names, but are there certain designers who you're like, man, we need to lean on them for?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've got a couple that we always go to that, we know that you're always going to get strong stuff. But I think every one of our designers that, we have in-house, they've always come out with some really great, looking inserts and other stuff throughout the program. So really, I haven't come across any that we really kick back.
Okay, so this is really cool. Another MVP contenders. This is Matt Ryan. I like that insert a lot. That's nice.
Former MVP himself.
Heck yeah. Are you out of packs?
Yes.
Hey man, we did really well.
The last one here was a little Terrell Davis, a little playoff ticket, which is gonna kind of incorporate some of the most iconic playoff moments throughout the years. So you'll find little autograph versions of those too. So.
Oh, very cool. So this has nothing to do with Contenders Football, but I've been asking everyone that I get a chance to talk with out here, it's a basketball question, but I'm going to ask you anyways because you're a Panini insider. What are your thoughts on the whereabouts of the 2018 Prism Black Luka Doncic? It has not surfaced.
It hasn't, and honestly, I would not be surprised if it's sitting in somebody's closet in an unopened box.
No!
And,
I want that to be the case.
The
case.
Yeah.
I want that to be like. I hope that is the case. Like,
I can only imagine that that's got to be the thing, just because how many people are just sitting on wax. They see the value of it always constantly, increasing there. So I think I would not be shocked if that's the case, but. Hopefully you start to see that kind of finally creep out there at some point, and I can only imagine the chaos that'll ensue when it
does. It will be wild, and I will probably shed at least one tear because it won't be in my collection. But that card, the mystique around that, especially as time goes on and it continues to not surface, I am so intrigued by that whole situation. I want to start. Would you watch this series if I started a series just about the hunt for that card?
Oh yeah, sign me in. I'll go.
You'd be in. My man. All right, Thomas. Hey, dude. Thank you for your time. So, do you want to give out social or no? Would you rather not?
I mean, I'm Tom_bar on Instagram. I think that's the only one you can really find me at. You can find me on Facebook, but I don't regularly check that one.
All right, fair enough. We're at Panini America. All right, well, thank you guys, and Thomas, we'll talk to you soon. Okay, man, Thomas is awesome. He is a Giants fan, but we're not going to hold that against him.
I will, because I'm a Cowboys fan.
But I was really grateful for Thomas coming in. First off, sharing all the information, but also he brought crazy mojo, and we pulled a Zach Wilson out of 10 that we're going to give away.
Man, let's give it away.
Let's do it.
Give it away. Give it away
now?
Give it away now.
All right, so we're going to start with limited football.
Yeah, like we mentioned, we literally just got this as we walked through the door, so I had to grab it. Mac Jones on the cover. You got, what, 2
Matt
autographs
Jones, 2?
and 1 memorabilia card per box. 3 packs. I'm gonna rip this.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna knock this out.
You gonna give me one of those 3 packs?
Nope.
Dang, man. You guys know what I have to put up with on a daily basis.
Well, you're not gonna give me your 1 pack.
Well, maybe I would. I'm a nice guy.
You just said you're gonna open something with Luke on it. All right. Ooh, so here we go. Here's a base card right there. Josh Allen. So base cards are always real nice. There we go. And I got. Ooh.
Oh.
What is that number out of?
RPA.
75. Najee Harris. Big fan of the show. Big fan of Tracy Hackler. For those that know the inside story on that one.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You can't just drop something like that and not share the story.
He dog cussed Tracy. How about that?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
All right, let's see. Next up,
What if I opened up?
Zeke. I wasn't going to say it, but you asked. And I have to tell the truth.
So he's not a big fan of Tracy.
Ooh, rewards. Wild card rewards.
Get out of here. That's
I don't know. That is wild, man. I mean, like I'm on pins and needles. I don't even know what that is. There we go. And then look at this. Oh, wow. Very nice. Myles Garrett. A little flashback to.
Nope.
I wish I could name the year. Does it say on there? I don't think it does. But for those that see that design, we'll have to ask what year that's from. But it's from one of the early releases when I was here because I remember that.
No kidding.
I remember that. And last pack. Ooh, I always got to show my guy. Patrick Mahomes.
He's your guy, too?
I got to show who's no longer a Denver Bronco for my man Tracy Hackler to give a shout out to the big trade that happened, which we didn't even talk about in the intro. The Russell Wilson to the Denver Broncos, man. We just breezed past that.
The Denver Broncos have traded for a game changer, literally and figuratively. Russell Wilson's going to do amazing things.
And speaking of, look, the last card in all my packs, Russell Wilson.
How appropriate.
Unfortunately, we can't update the image just yet, but it'll be coming soon. So
You could paint this orange with a Sharpie or something.
you could.
We might put that aside for Mr. Hackler.
There you go. Well, that's my limited box.
All right.
I'm going to turn it over to you for some origins.
Let me see. The origin of this box is interesting. Can you tell us about that?
No. You might use the sharp end to open the box.
Yeah, that was definitely not the sharp end. Dude,
He's still learning.
I'm still learning how to use these tools you guys use to open the box.
Just look that way at the camera.
Oh,
Sharp
there
end,
it is.
sharp end of the knife.
There it is.
We'll get there. There you go. That. See, I didn't even do that.
All right, here we go. Pro move.
It is, yeah. Every collector just gasped.
I didn't bite cards, guys. I'm doing that because I don't want to bang corners up. Okay, here we go. Oh, gosh. I'm going to show these. Ooh, Jalen Green. So that is just our base. How good?
Base!
Our base. Here we go. Oh, that's a nice patch. Zaire Williams. That is, numbered out at 35. It's a good looking patch. Jalen Suggs. Oh! Jalen Suggs auto out of 99.
Boom.
Kaboom.
Kaboom.
Put these aside. And then Paul George and my man Bradley Beal. I was hoping he was going to become a Maverick for a long time. We did get Dinwiddie, and Dinwiddie's been good. So
He's been good. He's been good.
Yeah,
Well, man,
okay.
what a fun
Hey, man.
episode. Like 3 breaks in one, right?
Heck yeah.
Bust a box with Contenders with Barchi.
We are bringing value to you.
You got
guys.
Origins. You got Limited out next week. Origins out this week.
Yep.
Contenders out this week.
Awesome.
Well, that was fun. I hope to be back again.
Next week, let's do this again.
Again? This is a weekly thing now.
I'm sorry to say.
All right.
All right, guys, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Booyah!